how did you get into, well, you're talking about the entertainment industry. How did you really get into entertainment?
Passion for entertainment started from a very long time ago when I started as a musician. I started singing because I loved music way back from my college days at St. Aloysius Minor Seminary in Kumbu, where I schooled. So I had a lot of love for music, and music was being taught to us there like a subject. So that developed that love for music. And along the line, I realized that to do this music, I needed to, be a producer, because I understood that being a music or artist needed production. And I knew that I wouldn't have the money to go to the studio all the time. So I had to build myself, I had to learn, and that is how I started learning music production.
Yeah.
And from learning music production, I also realized that I had love for cinema. And I got into cinema, first of all, as an actor. And because of the many times that I will go on a set, and maybe sometimes I don't get to play or express myself the way I would have wanted on a set, I started feeling like maybe it was time for me to start my own production house so that I could write the films I wanted and shoot it the way I wanted. And that is how Black Hole Movies came to be. And in the long run, I discovered myself behind the camera, where I've been for a very long time now. I don't know if I'll be in front at some point, but for now I know that I'm behind the camera.
For how long have you been in the entertainment industry?
I've been in the entertainment industry for about 15 years. I started singing, performing shows, going to different towns around 2009, 2010. Yeah, I was already doing a lot of things at that time. I was already posters of shows and events. And yeah, I was really much involved in entertainment at that time. And I started Black Hole Music label 10 years ago. Yeah.
That's quite a long time to be in the entertainment industry, don't you think?
Yeah.
By now you should be a household name, so qu'est-ce qui n'a pas marché?
Yeah, full name, to me, I would say it depends. Because I know that one thing is for sure. If I had put my energy on me, yeah, surely maybe something would have been different. But at some point I realized that it was bigger than just me. So I wasn't that concentrated on pushing my own self. Yeah, I think Black Home Music has been a label for so many people. I have people like McCoy, the White House producer, who is doing very good now in the industry. Those are people who started with me. Monty, Charlie X, so many of them, that some of them are not in the country anymore. And it's because I had to step back. I had to step back and try to push a movement.
Okay.
So I just believe that that's why maybe I didn't get to the level that you are talking about.
Well, maybe you might say that, but I think it's maybe something actually was working, because instead of putting yourself out there, putting your name only out there, you kind of brought up a lot of other people. And I think it's the same thing you do with Aqua movies and stuff. So I think, en fait, quelque chose est en train de marcher.
I think it worked out. Yeah,
Right.
because what I wanted actually worked out. When I look at most of them now, I have Mimi J, who is doing more of a poetry. She's doing very well with it. Those are people that I was working with, and I believe that what I wanted is working out, because most of them are doing very well in the different things that they are doing, and that is all I ever desired when I started working with the crowd or with the team.
But I guess it has not been smooth sailing all along, right?
No, it's not. It's working with people is really tough. Like, it's damn tough. It's because when you are dealing with people from different backgrounds and different mentalities, it's always very hard, because you have to find a way to make all of them work at the same level and harmonize their different ideas and their different desires that they have. Trust me, it's not an easy thing.
So what would you say is like your biggest challenge throughout this journey?
Yeah, my biggest challenge was having to prove to the people I'm working with that I'm sincere, that I'm not trying to exploit somebody. Let me put it that way. One thing in the industry is that the moment you gather a group of people, the next thing you hear is you are trying to exploit them. So that was one of my biggest challenge, because you can be putting your soul out for someone and people are reading the wrong information about what you are trying to do, and sometimes it plays a lot on you psychologically, because the people talking about these things don't know exactly what you are putting on the line to make that work. So I had that problem, but for black home music, it wasn't that tough like that because we were a team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to a show without McCoy, without Monty. Every show I got invited, I always took them. I was always with them on set, on stage, and it was fun. You know, we were more like friends, and we were having fun doing music and having dreams. So for the other sectors, that is like the greatest challenge I've had, and to the challenge of resources, lack of resources. You know, you're doing so many things, you have so many ideas, but the resources are very limited.
How do you deal with the lack of finance, though?
I think that a lack of finance is something that if you manage properly, you can always find satisfaction while finding your way around things. The truth is that before, I used to think that finance was like at the center of everything. Until I realized that even when I had a little finance at some points, something was always lacking. So I discovered that it's not really about trying to look for a lot. It's about making use of whatever is available and possible to you and doing the best out of it. And thank God that we live in a time where people can be able to see true effort. Yeah, like if people know that something is very good, maybe it's just a lack of finance. They will know that it's just a lack of finance. So I just plan properly, and then I make sure that whatever I'm trying to do, I do it in the best way possible. And then I just, I put it out there, and I believe in it and put my best in pushing it out there. I think that's the best way I cope with that lack of finance.
Yeah, I think I agree a little bit with that, because I think we are in a world now where you need to start off with a plan. You start off with a plan, and then you execute the plan. And the environment in which we find ourselves in, I think we could be very resourceful in order to execute plans even without a residual amount of income. I think many people get stuck in this: we need money, we need money. But if you ask somebody if you had the money now, what are you going to do with that money? They wouldn't tell you exactly what
they'll do.
What they want to really do with it. And sometimes people get the money, and 2 months after the money is finished, there's nothing else that has come of it. So